Welcome back to our FS Examinee series. I'm Dr. Tony Nettleman, and I'm going to share 3 things that every repeat taker for the FS should do in order to pass this exam on their second try. So I get a lot of phone calls from people for these 15-minute consults, and quite a few people are repeat takers. There are some people with no college education. There are some people who have test anxiety, and there are some people who are just not totally prepared for the FS. And if you don't pass in the first try, you know what? Big deal. A lot of people don't pass in the first try. It's a 50% pass rate exam. So instead of complaining about it or worrying about, will I ever pass this exam, you've got to get a plan. And I tell people all the time, you get a plan, you follow the plan, pass the exam the next try, move on with your life. Big deal. I've failed exams before, and I'm sure you will too at some point. It's just a matter of life. So what are my 3 tips for passing the FS exam if you did not pass on your first try? First of all, you've got to understand your weaknesses. Everybody has weakness. And the reason why you get a diagnostic at the end of your exam when you don't pass is so you can go back and you can study. Because, you are the same person you are today as 10 years from now, except for the books you read and the people you meet. Fact. So you've got to look at your diagnostic. You've got to say, okay, I really knew legal aspects well, but gosh, survey computations kicked my butt. Then you've got to go out and you've got to learn about survey computations. This may not be a 1 or 2 week deal. This could take you 3 months. Take a college course. Take an online course from us, test prep course. Purchase a survey computations book. You have to get a plan of action. And if you need any help, just click the links below, schedule a call with me. We will look at your diagnostic and I will help you write a plan of action. Because you've got to, say, I'm here right now, this is the passing score, and I've got to fill the gap. Well, let's make a plan. Let's fill the gap. And there are many ways you can do that, and they're typically not that expensive. But ignoring your weaknesses and just going back and taking the FS again, it's going to kick your butt again, and you'll be right back in the same place you are. So get a plan. Number 2, don't self-study. A lot of people think they are smarter than the average cat, and they can, go find elementary surveying, go find Browns, go find a handout, and then teach themselves everything they need to know. Well, some people can do that. But what you don't realize is you don't know what you don't know. Now, I know that sounds confusing, but you need someone who knows it to teach it to you. And that's why the online self-study course from us is great, because you are in a plan. You've got, basic math, then advanced math, then legal aspects. We will give you the plan. And if you follow the plan, you will get great results. So don't go out and ad hoc, find all this stuff yourself. Find someone who knows how to do it and let them teach it to you. That could be a professor at your college, could be me in the online course, could be a mentor at your office. Find someone to help you, because everybody wants you to succeed. No one's holding you back. So number 2, find someone and get a weekly plan. And if you have this like step 1, step 2, step 3, it won't be so hard to follow it because you'll just be on autopilot. Then number 3, get an HP 35 that's pre-programmed. This is not a sales pitch. This is a public service announcement. When you go into the FS exam, the morning session is going to kick your butt. It's got a ton of math and a ton of survey comps. In my personal opinion, most surveyors who go into the FS exam with a basic calculator, they do not have the time. 5 hours and 20 minutes to answer 110 questions is fast. So you're really not going to have the time to crunch the horizontal curve or to compute the volume by hand. You need a machine that you type it in and it tells you the answer. You don't have the time to do the manual calculations. And another thing I like to tell people is that what separates you from the rest, what separates you, the passing 50%, from the other people, the not passing 50%, are the tough questions. And if you want to answer the tough questions correctly, you need to sit back in your chair. You need to breathe. You need to think critically. And if you're in a time crunch, you don't have time to think critically. You're doing fast, fast, fast. Well, use your pre-programmed 35 to solve the computations questions quickly. And then use your extra time to think critically on the tough questions and kick that exam's butt. Because you're not freaked out, you got the time, just do it. All right, so my top 3 tips for passing the FS. Number 1, understand your diagnostic and make sure you fill in the gaps of stuff you don't know. Number 2, get a mentor or someone smarter than you and get some help. Get a plan together with them and stick to your plan, because self-studying doesn't help anybody. And number 3, find a 35. Whether you get a pre-programmed 35 from us or whether you purchase the programs from somebody else and do it yourself, get a 35, learn how to use it. You've got to be a HP Kung Fu master before you go into the exam. Otherwise, the 35 is going to hurt you and not help you. And if you follow these 3 tips, I'm confident that on the next try, you will pass your Fundamentals of Surveying exam. Need more help? Schedule a free 15-minute consult and let's talk about getting you licensed.